Number 4, Isaiah. The day of the Lord. For you have rejected your people, the house of Jacob, because they are full of things from the east, and of fortune tellers like the Pharisees, and they strike hands with the children of foreigners. Their land is filled with silver and gold, and there is no need to them no. Their land is filled with silver and gold, and there is no end to their treasures. Their land is filled with horses, and there is no end to their chariots. The land is filled with idols. They bow down to the work of their hands, to what their own fingers have made. So man is humbled, and each one is brought low. Do not forgive them. Enter into the rock, and hide in the dust, from before the terror of the Lord God of hosts, and from the splendour of his majesty. The haughty looks of man shall be brought low, and the lofty pride of men shall be humbled, and the Lord alone will be exalted in that day. For the Lord of God of hosts has a day. For the Lord God of hosts has a day against all that is proud and lofty, against all that is lifted up, and it shall be brought low, against all the cedars of Lebanon, lofty and lifted up, and against all the oaks of Bashan, against all the lofty mountains, and against all the uplifted hills, against every high tower, against every fortified wall, against all the ships of Tarshish, and against all the beautiful craft. And the haughtiness of man shall be humbled, and the lofty pride of men shall be brought low. And the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day, the Lord God of hosts. And the idols shall utterly pass away, and people shall enter the caves of the rocks, and the holes of the ground, from before the terror of the Lord, and from the splendour of his majesty, where he rises to terrify the earth. In that day mankind will cast away the idols of silver and the idols of gold, which they made for themselves to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to enter the caverns of the rocks and the clefts of the cliffs, from before the terror of the Lord God of hosts, and from the splendour of his majesty, where he rises to terrify the earth. Stop regarding man, in whose nostrils is breath, for of what account is he?